Hello, I am back. After it's been like what, 3 months? Yeah, back in November, I actually fell down an entire flight of steps and broke my arm. So I've been pretty much MIA and in a lot of pain. Okay, so the first half of the vlog is just going to be snippets of, just life going to and from school, little bits around the house. Because the teacher and just, I guess because of COVID and everything else, we weren't allowed to record or we have our cell phones out at all during class. So I don't really have a lot of school footage, except for like this cool little bit of a bathroom. The second half of the vlog is just me attempting to craft with half an arm. Came to CVS for snacks and serotonin, and I found it. I just bought this bag. Well, on my way to work from class one day, I decided to stop in at the Rodin Museum. It was actually kind of fun. I did wish I was able to go into the actual museum. Due to COVID, the museum was actually closed to the public, but my favorite Rodin piece is The Gates of Hell anyway, so it's fine. I spent about a good minute trying to get shots of the of the door. There was just so many other tourists and just Instagram girls with their asses out trying to take photos. So that was short-lived. And then I realized it was late, so I had to run to the bus stop. But then I tripped and had to walk the rest of the way. But like if I put it where his hands are, it's kind of like yay. Did a terrible job trying to cut this with a shitty knife, but oh my god. Ooh. Okay, wait. I actually don't like the yolk. Wow, this tastes just like mamul cookies. This is so good. You know what? I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna try it with the yolk. You know? You never know. Maybe. It's super rich anyway, so it's probably gonna make it taste better. Oh my god, that is amazing! It's a little traumatized from my last job, but this? Sorry I doubted you, man. Oh my god. I'm gonna go. This is so good. Hello! Oh, you're so cute. Look at you, my ashy baby. How you doing today? Wait, gotta feed the queen, y'all. Okay, how long are Knuckles gonna be like this? Doors are closing. Standing outside of Starbucks right now waiting for my order. I remember why I don't take the train. There was a guy screaming top of his lungs. He pulled out a knife and was running up and down the aisles, putting the knife in people's faces. And then he pulled out another knife. And I'm just like, cool. This day is... Actually, I got to class really early. So I'm trying to find the bathrooms. And yeah, stress. I did go the right way. Yeah, this test today is going to be an easy test. Quiz, super easy. Nothing to stress about. But still, it's one of those days, you know? It's one of those really, really crappy days. Cheers. My closet's open. I don't know if you can see, but right under that green shirt, there's like a little cat house there. So Tan is actually inside of my closet right now. She likes to hide in there, so I put like a little cat bed in there for her. And if I close that while she's in there, she's gonna lose her mind. I realized I have a lot of work to do. I decided to pick up an extra class this semester. So instead of 3 classes, I'm taking 4. So I'm now full time, which means a lot more work. And then I got invited. So one of my friends just became an exec chef at a really cool restaurant out in like the main line. And their soft opening is tomorrow. They invited me there, so I need to get my work done because I need to do a lot of schoolwork today because I don't want to go to a soft opening, get wasted, and then have Tuesday and Wednesday are when I do the bulk of my schoolwork, but Tuesday I'm not planning on getting wasted, but you know, lots of food, lots of free drinks, you know, lots of food. Gonna be that itis is gonna hit hard. So Tuesday I'm definitely gonna not do anything. So I'm gonna get caught up today, and then so did all the work that's supposed to be due tomorrow, and Wednesday I did today, and then Wednesday I can get caught up on all the work that's due Thursday, Friday. Yeah, it's, I don't know, I like to have my weekends free because it's busy season in restaurants, and yeah, I've had to do 250 covers by myself, and I mentally I'm shot. So schoolwork is all done before Thursday, so Friday, Saturday, and Sunday I can just like be mentally drained and okay. I don't have any more traits, I'm sorry. But yes, so my life, yeah, I'm on my way to school. I was debating on whether or not I should take the bus or just walk. Like, I don't want to take the train because last 3-4 times that I've taken the train have been, I don't want to say, I'm gonna open the window. I don't want to say traumatic, but like, yeah, like every time that I've ridden the train ever since that guy with the knife showed up. Yeah, the guy with the knife is always on that train. Can you stay up? Yeah, he's always on that train every day. And he's at the same station that I get on, so I'm like, you know, like Knife Guy is always on the train with me. Like, so ever since I've like taken that train to school, I've seen Knife Guy, or almost every day, or there's this one guy. If you don't know, Philly has a very big opioid problem, so I see the same like 4 people. And I'm like, I want to get on the train because it's closest to school, but I don't want to step over needles or you know, get stabbed. So, okay, class is over. Everything went well. Yeah, so I'm gonna go to the school store and buy a new calculator because my TI-84 that I got over 10 years ago, am I 27? 11 years ago, finally, like, kicked the bucket. The screen doesn't work at all. Okay, never mind. School store is closed. I forgot it closes at 5. So maybe still gonna stop here, pick up my sandwich, and maybe check out Staples. Where the hell do I even buy a calculator? I'm used to just using my phone or a random app. Wow, I feel like such a millennial. Am I a millennial? I think so, right? 94? Yeah, I don't know. And on my quest for a calculator, I saw the sculpture, and my immediate thought was this hole was made for me. But then the cop yelled at me, so I had to run. I'm trying to break in my docs right now, and I feel like SpongeBob when he had those super squeaky boots on. Can I take your order? Guys, I have never seen a chinchilla in real life before, and like my mind was blown. Look, it's so freaking cute. Like, I'm coming from PetSmart. I got a heat lamp for sculpting, but someone threw out a canvas, like a 36 by 48. I don't work on this big, but I'm taking it. Oh my god. I am, oh my god. Cause I'm just like, sometimes I want face tuning. I mean, like, oh my god, this is, but you don't understand how happy I am right now. I just opened up Animal Crossing New Horizons so that like while I'm editing, I could just have my character standing on the beach waiting for balloons, because I do have the gel bar set up on the side. And I went to go check my flowers, and I got my first blue rose ever. It's lit. Your girl is so happy right now. Haha, just kidding. I just remember I have to finish editing a 3,500 word paper for like the super, sorry for the super jank recording method, but like, y'all, do you see that? Do you see that? After time skipping for weeks or months in game, I finally got one! Oh, it's lit. It is so lit. Time to get rid of all the roses. Let me see. This is my second attempt at breeding roses, and then look, not too bad. Okay. But look at that. Okay, so after a while, I got like really annoyed and just stopped caring for the flowers, but like, okay, I have this. These. And then all of this. The black roses were on purpose, but all of this is just from me neglecting my flower beds, and it's been raining almost every other day on my island. Like, wow, this is Time to break like 40 shovels. So I went to the gym already, you know, trying to get this all, you know, tightened up. Okay, this sugar cookie almond latte from Starbucks is kind of nice. I'm not mad at it. Not mad at all. I have my, sorry for the terrible lighting. Don't have my studio lights on right now because the second bulb blew out. But, oh my god, do you see this? These are Mission Gold paints I got yesterday. I just have them on top of the palette right now with some blue tack. These are my Mission Gold paints that I panned up the other day. I mean, I think the binder is a honey, if I'm not mistaken, so they are going to be really sticky, but I want to make sure that they're a little more dry. A little more dry. A little drier. Let them dry out some more before I put them away. The Van Dyke Brown, you can see, is super duper liquidy, so I couldn't get the cool incline like I do with the other paints. But I'm going to put these aside for another day or so, because actually I can't even use them to paint right now because I have to do so much homework, and I need to get to sanding all these guys. I did go pick up some new watercolor paper. This is honestly, I like this paper so much better than Arches. I think the last 3 times I've tried Arches paper, or Arch, is I went to go paint. I don't know if it's the pigments I use because they were really granulating. But the Arches paper, it was so speckly, especially with the Mission Gold. I did a couple testers when I was putting these in the pan. The Arches paper, it just didn't want to work right, if that makes sense. And then it had these white speckles. Like, if you've ever used Copic markers on render paper, it kind of looks like that. Okay, so I got another shipment of gemstones in, and the way they package these, I mean, I'm not going to say anything, but, yeah, I'd be scared to open these in public. I mean, I'm really glad they bubble wrapped the crap out of it and taped it shut, but that looks so freaking sus. I mean, I'm too scared to open them in case I scratch them or something, but look at these. I have a trillion and step cut hexagon. Hexagon. Legend of Zelda rupee shaped step cut amethyst, and then trillion ones. These are, I can't wait to actually open these. They're just so nice. So I actually broke my arm the next day. The second half of this vlog is just going to be me attempting to craft and finishing some stuff I started. The next minute or so, up until I'm like, haha, my arm is still in the brace, or just random bits and clips from September and October. And then the rest of that afterwards is from late December up until, I guess, New Year's. Okay, so quick update. My actual camera is dying, so we're using my cell phone again. So I have all, these are so slippery. So I took all of the Madeleines out of the mold. I have them here under the heat lamp. But, let me see. I don't know why I put these back. These guys, as you can see, this one has, like, they have kind of big holes in them, but it's fine because I'm going to cover them in chocolate, kind of like a chocolate dip Madeleines, which is going to be okay. They are still pretty soft, and oh my god, it's kind of new! Okay. They have a lot of flashing on them. They're soft enough for me to peel off, but sometimes you end up ripping off way too much. And I'm going to have to sand it down anyway, so I'm going to put these back under the heat lamp, let them harden for a while. And then I'm going to snap off the flashing and then add the back and finish filing it. This one is a more finished piece. You know, front, this is the back. And I have a cameo letter, so each one is going to get ZXA. These are 3-piece sets. And then get some of this texture in the back. I actually baked some Madeleines. And then I ripped them apart and I used some silicone to make little texture plates. And then I think, yeah, so this one is made with a mold where I made like an actual Madeleine. And so I made molds out of them, as you can see. But the only problem with that is, if my camera would focus, the lighting in here is so bad. there's little bits of silicone stuck inside the crumb of the Madeleine, which is going to be a huge, huge problem when I go to paint this later. So I only made one set of these. So hopefully we'll see. But I'm kind of liking the super smooth version of the Madeleines with the bubble better than the more realistic one. I don't know. But yeah, I'm really concerned about the silicone being in here. Probably won't be able to effectively prime and paint this one. So this, I'm gonna say this is a potential dud, but these are definitely a go. Okay, so because I do have a pretty strong lisp, I got a couple new filters for my microphone, so hopefully it's helping out a little bit. But here I'm taking some smooth on resin. I believe it's 300, it sets in about 5 minutes. And I'm making some little cameo letters to embed in the backs of the Madeleines. So I usually sign all my work with AXZ or my logo that kind of looks like the Russian letter Je. But I decided this time, because the Madeleines are going to be a 3-piece set, instead of putting on the full symbol, which I actually don't have a mold for yet, I decided to go with the letters A, X, and Z. So as you can see in the clip, the resin went from clear to pretty cloudy in like 30 seconds. My room was actually really, really hot that day, so smooth on 300 resin cures in about 10 minutes anyway, but because my room was so hot, it went from mix to molding in 2 minutes. Alright, cool. So it looks like I have 9 orders of Madeleines to do. I think right now for the last stage of the main sculpt is just doing the back and adding the cameo letter, which I'm going to do now. I should have enough clay meased out, but we shall see. And I think that's going to be it for today, because I've been working for a while. My back is starting to hurt. Sorry for, I think you could kind of see my tripod in the corner, but sorry about that. So my arm is still in the brace, kind of weird. My right hand is super shaky. It's just because I have to have my hand in a brace like 24/7. Oh, sorry, you can kind of see the tripod in the corner. I'm trying to get that fixed. So not working as well as I thought it would. But yeah, anyway, so I've been busy. I mean, my right arm is still in the brace, so if you see my right hand kind of doing that, if I move too far forward, my arm kind of just, I can't explain. Basically, my arm is still pretty limp. I can move my hand and forearm a little bit, but I'm actually leaning over so that I can actually use my hand enough to touch stuff. So if you see my right arm kind of just dangling like that, that's what that is. But so I actually, a while back, I was working on getting some clay things together for my shop update. I'm going to basically be doing just dessert themed sculptures, and yeah. My more macabre art pieces, ever since the pandemic started, I'm getting a lot of flack for like, oh, the world's ending, why are you putting out these horrible macabre pieces? It's, I mean, in the goth, the spooky people niche, they love it, but most people, they're like, eh. So my more cute, acceptable pieces have been selling a lot, but also, I don't know, want to expand, plus I like making cute things. So these are actually going to be Madeleines, like the cookies. These are just the tops I made. So what I did was actually, and when I was still in school before I broke my arm, I was doing, like watching my lectures, listening to audiobooks. I was just making these shells. So this is actually the second half. The first half, I'll be right back. Ow! Oh my god. Okay, this is actually kind of heavy. Why did I do this to myself? Ow! It's here. Can I zoom out? No, I cannot. Okay. This is actually, let me grab my camera. Alright, so this is the first half of the batch that I made, and this is all the second half. Oh man. Okay. One. Then I'm annoyed that I can't like move my camera back out further without getting a taller tripod. But the taller tripod is broken. Sorry. But yeah, so what I have here is these are mostly done. I think for some of these I'm going to probably add more clay onto them. So they're Madeleines. So this one, as you can see, is not done. So let's figure it out. Here we go. Focus. Come on. So these are my Madeleines. I have the back. They're basically just chocolate dip Madeleines, and each piece is going to be 3. So, and then you can see if it'll focus. Nope. Okay. But I would see. Oh, so one example, I have the corner dipped, so it's going to be Z. I have A, X, and then I have a Z. Here we go. So one set is going to be 3 pieces. Some of them they're going to be the same dip pattern, but AXZ in the back. Some of these still need the back half of the dip on them, but that's fine. And one order is going to be 3 pieces. Some of them I'm going to be doing, again, the bottom is going to be dipped, or they're going to have bite marks. These are going to be sanded down a little bit smoother, especially right here. And they're going to be having some rhinestones put on, embellishments and all that stuff. But yeah, I kind of, as you can see from this, my hand, from this and that, I have more than enough to get my shop started. And I have more. Be right back. Here's the rest. This is actually a mooncake box. But, yeah, I was thinking about making some more of these Christmas spiders. I got 1, 2, 3. Oh no! And this is the 4th one. They're so nice and pretty. We're gonna make some more of these today, but I only have these beads and I don't want to make more of the same spider. So back to these. These are other pastry themed things for my shop. So what I was going to do was, so I have these orbs here. These are basically going to be like dome desserts, and I have 2 that are kind of open. But the plan was to have use like a texture paste to do the basically use a texture paste to mimic like the cake layer. The rhinestones or other rhinestones, I have circles. I also have rectangular rhinestones used to mimic like the jelly layer, and then use round rhinestones to mimic nuts or other inclusions in the cream for these guys. These are also just going to be plain old dome cake desserts. I'm going to do acrylic pours to kind of mimic the mirror glaze look of the cakes. Mirror glaze look at the cakes. And then these 2, I don't know if it'll come up on camera. They're kind of dented right here. So I'm going to be making probably 1, maybe 2 planets actually. So these are going to be 2 together. I'm going to make the ring here. It's going to sit on the angle, and it's going to be like a cute little dust thing. That's the idea. Trust the process, please. Again, I do want to apologize for the tripod being visible. Next, I have these tart shells. This is basically going to be like a strawberry tart. Let me see. 5 strawberries actually around the circle, and then I have 1 on top. If that makes sense. Can you see it? Trust the process, maybe, please? Last but not least is, boom. They're basically going to be like bouche de Noël. So, the day that I broke my arm, I was actually making another mold of these. I was putting them in the mold, and then my timer went off to get my food. I was going down the steps, and then Pop ran underfoot, and made me fall on the steps, and then, fell and broke my arm. And this was the remaining clay for me filling in the mold, so this one isn't done. And I think, because I'm still pissed off about breaking my arm, that I might just throw this in the trash and not even bother using this particular one at all. I don't know. I think I've rambled enough, but I think, so this one today, I'm going to be getting these. I'm going to get these insides filled, get the backs done, so that tomorrow I can start doing the chocolate dip, probably refining the other ones and all the sanding. But for right now, these have a lot of flashing on them still. Let me just take my pliers, snap all this off. I am wearing protective eye gear, just so you know. And I'm gonna just snap all this flashing off right here, like that. And then I'm going to be putting my mask on. Safety first. Take safety mask, and just spend the rest of the afternoon filing down all that. I got my big files, and then in this drawer here, I have an array of tiny little neo files that can easily get into these little curves here. So that's going to be my day. Hopefully it gets a little more interesting. All right, time to get to work, but like, look at my little friend today. Oh, okay, wait, ow. Awkward. Or am I using the right hand to film? I'm sorry. Okay. But yeah, look at this cute little dinosaur. It's actually like a stress ball. I do have a moon-shaped one, but Tupac decided that that is now her toy, and I'm not getting that back unless I decide to fight a 9-pound cat, tooth and claw. So I'm cool. She can have that. I got this one. This one's so much cuter. Beep, beep, beep. So here I'm doing the very important and very boring task of organizing all of the Madeleines I have. This is actually only half of them. This is only half of the Madeleines I made. These are the ones that just don't have the chocolate quote-unquote sauce on them. So here what I'm doing is organizing them by letter, making sure they're all lined up. And then you see me flip them over on the backs. And I'm checking them for, see which ones have holes and defects and imperfections. Because if there's a hole on the top right side, then I'll just, instead of taking the time to fill that little hole in it with clay and then resand it, I can just cover it with the sauce, you know? So here I'm just picking out A, X, and Z, making sure they're all right, marking them with Sharpie with how I want the Madeleine to be, you know, dipped or covered in clay. So that took way longer than I expected, and you can probably hear Pop screaming in the background right now because she's in the hallway crying. Didn't realize I made extra sets, so we're gonna do some more of these guys. Should I do more? I mean, like, I can do more designs in here, but this part just be rhinestones. I don't know. Night organization of my craft room. You know when you go to like the zoo or something and they have those giant trays of tumbled stones? Yeah. Before lockdown, I went to the zoo and Franklin Institute and I got 2 bags full of stones to use for projects and to save the, you know, the poor child who went on school trips and couldn't buy souvenirs / love a shiny thing. So yeah, I'm gonna organize these by type and try to see if I can remember or reference what these actually are. Okay, so I pretty much just divided them up by relative color. Yeah, I don't know. I tried to look them up. I know that one's like a lapis. There's some like eye agates in here. I think that one's rhodonite. There's some jasper. And I'm not entirely sure what the green ones are. But yeah, so I'm going to just put these in little boxes and baggies for later. These are, yeah. Oh my god, I finally finished all of them. So the second half is done. It just needs an hour of sanding. And I decided instead of sculpting a chocolate drizzle, I just make it with an acrylic medium. Whew. Alright, take my mask off for a second. This stuff is very odorous. Oh my god. I'm putting my mask back on, but just so you know, I'd say wear a mask. Definitely wear a mask with this. In order to get that chocolate drizzle effect, I'm going to be using clear tar gel. As you can see from the drip, you know when you're dripping liquid off a spoon, it kind of drops instead of coming down in one long stream. So that's why I'm using the clear tar gel, and I'm just taping the lid to help it stay airtight. And since clear tar gel is a translucent medium, I'm just going to add some titanium white to one, you know, opacity, and I also want pastel colors. I was worried about mixing Liquitex and golden paints and mediums together, but it seems okay. But as you can see, there's a lot of bubbles from mixing it. So I'll mix it, cap it, let it sit for a couple days. And as you can see, when I sand them back up, those bubbles on top, that's from, you know, mixing it in the viscosity of the gel. So let it sit for a couple days and you're fine. I'm getting ready to play Final Fantasy 14. I am in Gilgamesh, by the way, but like my monitor, I have like a leveler on my phone. So my phone is straight, but my monitor is actually, the stand for it is broken and it's like slowly rotating to one side. Give it like 10 minutes, it's going to look like that. I'm actually scared that it's going to just fall off. So one of the desserts I'm working on is actually going to be a Mont Blanc, or for you Final Fantasy 14 fans, it's a Somme tart. And I decided to do a wafer decoration on it, but since I do not feel like attempting to sculpt those perfect little squares, I'm going to make silicone mold of an actual wafer, and then hopefully that comes out okay. I'm using the Illuminati, yes, the Illuminati 2-part silicone mold. It's nice because it cures so quickly, but it has this really greasy texture to it. So you actually see later, I think later on in the vlog, there's a couple pieces that have a weird yellow stain on it, and it's from that silicone. I'm just making a little chestnut right now, putting a thin layer of epoxy sculpt over a little triangle scrap of aluminum foil I had. And you see me using water. This not only helps thin out the clay surface, but it helps me, well, it helps the tools, the silicone tools, glide over the clay a little bit easier. And I'm watching it down. I'm surprised that I'm able to do this so well. It looks okay, but I remember it felt awkward, and it's also actually a little painful doing that. And here, if you actually pause it, you can see the residue, grease, silicone, whatever. So for the Somme tart, I just have that first layer of piping and the center little mound, so I'm not spending too much clay, you know, building it. And a silicone mold for a super secret project, not really. You can see it later on in the vlog. And then off camera, I did some more sculpting. I couldn't do too much on camera because it's less painful for me to have when I'm working on directly in front of me in my lap instead of on the table. So I wanted the strawberry tart to look like an obnoxiously overfilled crown. So I propped the strawberries up with some wax paper crumbles. And then any extra clay I had left over, I made chips. I'm thinking maybe chocolate chips or pistachio crumbs for later. From the top, this looks kind of weird. I sculpted the strawberries separately, not intending to use them on this tart, as you can see. But what I'm going to do to try to fix this is I'm going to put more on the bottom of the strawberries and then have the cream go underneath as like basically an overfilled strawberry tart, and then have the cream bulging out from the sides and bottom, some more spilling over the top, and then we're going to put the strawberry right there. I thought I was out of clay, but then I found these 2 containers. I'll have enough to finish the tarts, but then like, damn, I ordered new clay 2 weeks ago. I know it's Christmas, but please help a girl out. Tupac has discovered the heat lamp. I'm trying to clean my desk off. Can you? No? Do you want to get comfortable there? You okay? So here I'm trying to whittle away some clay so that when I put the next layer on, it's not as bulky. But I realized I probably should have made the center portion a little smaller. And then in this next clip, I'm trying to record myself sculpting, but then I gave up again because, you know, it hurts to have my sculpture on the table. So far I got, I want to say 2/3 of the sculpting done on the obnoxious strawberry tart. The Mont Blanc, I got most of the way there. Probably got an 1/8 left. Just refining a little bits in here and there. And then I have weird egg. I don't know I'm doing this. I just had extra clay left over. And then a little ghosty. It's going to be for this. This is actually an egg. I covered it in tape. You use blue tape and some cornstarch. Epoxy sculpt won't stick to it as well. It's basically going to be a cracked egg, and you know when you boil an egg and the yolk and everything come out. So the ghost is going to be the yolk, and then it's going to be oozing out, you know, all those innards and everything as the whites. I can't decide if I'm going to add like a face to the shell or not, but we shall see. Are some of the components for the Mont Blanc. The chestnuts, so wafer cookies, and this is supposed to be like the cigarette cookies with the chocolate filling, but I think I made it a little too big. So I'm going to scrap this for something else and then resculpt the cookies a little smaller. A rough idea of what the Mont Blanc is going to look like. Yeah, I don't know. I'm still kind of on the fence about the cigarette cookie. Maybe make Pocky or something. Don't mind the blue. I just used a blue to stick it in there. You can see the idea. But this is what I have so far. Okay, well, I am officially out of my last container of clay. I have no idea when the others are going to get shipped to me. So it is actually December, what is it, 30th? 30th? Yeah. So I'm going to take today to clean my office, clean my room, get rest up, and get ready to chill and bring in the new year. Probably go out for hot pot. We'll see. We don't know.